And before going to the main topic, let's start with the story first. In 2022, a young couple decides to leave Delhi, not for a job, not for a lifestyle upgrade. They left because they wanted to plan a baby, just not in Delhi's toxic air. So they packed up their life and moved to Bengaluru, simply so their child could take the first breath in cleaner air. But yes, they were privileged. They had the money, the flexibility, the option to leave. But in Delhi, there are millions who don't have that privilege. They can't just pack their bags and move to Bengaluru or Goa. Their job, their families, their entire lives are rooted here. For them, staying in Delhi is not a choice, it's the only option. And that's exactly why this conversation matters. Because if people can't escape the pollution, then the least they deserve is the awareness and the tools to protect themselves right here. Because before panic sets in, we need clarity. I'm going to explain what Delhi's toxic air is really doing to your body, what doctors are warning right now, and most importantly, how you can protect yourself and your family by almost 70%, even if you can't leave the city. Stay with me because I'm breaking everything down simply and practically. Let's get into it. Before we go ahead, you need to know what's truly inside Delhi's air. And no, it's not just dust. In Delhi's air, there is PM 2.5, the deadliest particle. This is a super tiny particle you can't even see, you can't even feel it. But this goes deep inside your lungs, slips into your bloodstreams, and then reaches your heart, brain, liver, and every organ. Doctors say that the long-term exposure to PM 2.5 can cause lung cancer, even in non-smoker, chronic breathing issues, heart diseases, permanent lung capacity loss, and early death. The next toxic particle which is in Delhi's air is PM10, the bigger dust particle. These irritate your throat, trigger coughing, wheezing, sinus issues. This is why Delhiites wake up with a dry throat and a blocked nose every winter. Then there's this nitrogen dioxide, comes mostly from traffic and diesel vehicles. This can inflame your airways and make asthma worse. Ground level ozone, this forms when sunlight reacts with pollutants. It can burn your lungs literally, especially during afternoons. Next is toxic metals from construction and industry, lead, nickel, arsenic. Tiny amount but harmful enough to affect immunity and heart health. तो अब आप समझ सकते हो Delhi's air is not just polluted, it's a toxic cocktail that your body is forced to inhale every single day. But adults still have some immunity, but children, especially newborns, have almost no defense. Doctors across Delhi are reportedly warning that. Newborn lungs are not fully developed. Delhi's air slows down lung growth. A baby born in clean air develops stronger lungs compared to a baby breathing Delhi's PM 2.5 from day one. Some doctors even say a child born in Delhi today has a higher risk of dying early or living with breathing issues forever. I'm sorry I'm saying this, but this warning is coming straight from the experts. Hospitals have reported cases where even perfectly healthy infants developed pneumonia and severe breathing trouble just because of the air. And this warning is for pregnant women. Exposure to PM 2.5 during pregnancy and infancy is linked with slower brain development, attention problem, lower academic performance, increased risk of autism spectrum disorder. Doctors are saying this again and again. Kids in Delhi get asthma at much early age than the national average. Kids breathe twice as fast as adults. Their lungs are smaller and pollutants enter the body more quickly. That's why doctors are giving extreme warnings now. Babies born in last 5 years in Delhi have higher chances of respiratory issues and early mortality. Children above 6 should wear N95 masks if they go outside. Parents should avoid taking infants outdoors during high AQI days at all costs. I know this is horrific, but this is today's reality. But there are still 70% chances of protecting you and your child from the toxic air. And by the way, these are not my instructions. Everything I am telling you comes directly from doctors, pediatric lung specialists, and air quality experts across major Delhi hospitals like AIIMS, RML, Sir Gangaram, and Fortis. Let's start with kids first because they are the most vulnerable. Their lungs and immunity are still developing, so they need extra care during toxic season. Try to avoid taking them outside in morning and evening because pollution is at its peak during these hours. Also, cloth masks don't work at all. Only N95 masks offer protection. I know it's difficult to make children wear masks, but even a few minutes of protection is better than nothing. Keep your windows closed during high pollution, because in Delhi, the morning air that feels fresh is actually the most polluted. If possible, use an air purifier, even a basic one, because it can reduce indoor pollution by 40 to 60%. And yes, I understand that not everyone can afford an air purifier, but remember, there are still many simple steps that protect you and your child by almost 70%. If your child has irritation or a blocked nose, steam and saline drops help clear that airways. Give them immunity boosting foods like vitamin C, haldi, honey, fruits and nuts, because these helps the body fight pollutants. Avoid outdoor sports on high AQI days, because running makes kids inhale more toxic particles. I know it's hard to keep children indoor, but right now we don't have any other option. Now let's talk about adults, because we also need protection. The good news is that the simple habits can reduce your exposure by 60 to 70%. Always wear an N95 mask outside. This one step gives the strongest protection. Check AQI before stepping out, and if it's above 300, avoid staying outdoors for long. Use inner lanes and avoid main roads, because traffic areas have the highest PM 2.5 levels. If you can afford it, use an air purifier at home or even a basic filter. Drink more water and include antioxidants like haldi, lemon, amla and green tea in your diet to reduce inflammation caused by pollutants. A daily nasal rinse can help wash out dust and toxic particle stuck inside your nose. And most importantly, please avoid early morning walks and late evenings. Delhi's morning air is not fresh. It's actually the most toxic time of the day. So in the description, I have added all the links to these expert instruction and doctor's guidelines, so you can verify everything yourself. These are not my opinions. These are facts backed by specialists who handle pollution cases every single day. So I'm ending this video here for now, but this conversation is not over, because in part 2, I'm going to tell you something even more important: how much budget the Delhi government actually has to fight pollution, where that money goes, and what real measures they can take but aren't taking. If you really want to understand why Delhi becomes a gas chamber every winter and what solution our leaders are ignoring, then stay tuned. Part 2 is coming very soon, and trust me, you won't want to miss it. So bye bye, take care of yourself, and most importantly, please wear your mask.